Early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and I'm back with some devastating news, man. Some news that I really didn't want to be reporting on. But you know, we've spoken about death once today. Why not do it again? You get me? As you can see from the title, DMX has sadly passed away now. Yeah, man, this is one of my goats. As I said in the other video, it's one of my greatest of all times. I can tell you, countless times during university where I'm walking across the campus here, blaring DMX after DMX after DMX before I'm going into the gym. A song after song after song, getting me ready, and I'm like, I'm literally like, I'm like, yo, I'm about to bench 400 kilograms in this bitch. Get me? But unfortunately, drugs, getting involved in the law, finding himself on the wrong side of the law far too many times. Again, his addictions, which started so young, it got the better of him, and unfortunately, the heart attack and whatnot that he suffered the other day and put him on life support has ended him, and it's drugs that's done this, you know, hard food, hard drugs. Either way, without further ado, let's get into this video. Like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me, press the subscribe button for me, and I beg you watch the video all the way through for me. It really helps with the algorithm. Thank y'all. Now, man, damn, I don't even know what to say, like, where to start this video. If you young bucks in the audience here don't know DMX, or you never listened to him growing up because obviously you're too young, go back, yeah? Go back and listen to him. He is fantastic, man. Like, so much aggression. He's one of the original kind of, if not the original, growl, the croaky voice, the deep voice, you get me? Man's barking on the track, and you believe him. You believe what this guy's saying. He's a demon. And yeah, unfortunately, he was just dealing with so many things. And this is the problem with drugs and celebrity culture and things like that. Now, obviously, his drug addiction has nothing to do with celebrity culture. His is from his hardships and trauma growing up as a kid, XYZ. However, just because you're a celebrity and you've got all this money and you've got all this fame and you've got all these girls and you've got all this, all these jewels, whatever you want, these cars, these yards, whatever, it doesn't equate to happiness. At the end of the day, he was still dealing with demons. He was still dealing with traumatic things. He was still dealing with substance abuse, all while having millions of pounds. In fact, it was his drug abuse and his substance abuse that made him broke. If you know anything about his history, he's been bankrupt multiple times, and that's due to fathering multiple kids and having drug addictions and paying out this and this and getting in trouble with the law and having to pay law fees and this and this. You understand? It's traumatic. Like, this guy had 15 kids, you know. This Don had 15 children. Anyway, I'm gonna read a short article and I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy your Friday. It says, US rapper DMX dies aged 50 following heart attack. DMX, the New York rapper whose gruff tone electrified the US music scene in the late 90s, has died at age 50. The star, whose real name was Earl Simmons, was hospitalized after a heart attack on April 2nd and has been placed in the critical care unit, White Plains Hospital, New York. His family had organized a prayer vigil outside, which took place on Monday. Earl was a warrior who fought till the very end. A statement from his family read, "He loved his family with all his heart, and we cherish the times we spent with him." DMX's music inspired countless fans across the world, and his iconic legacy will live on forever. We appreciate all the love and support during this incredibly difficult time. His label, Def Jam Records, wrote, "DMX was a brilliant artist and an inspiration to millions around the world. His message of triumph over struggle, his search for the light out of darkness, his pursuit of truth and grace brought us closer to our own humanity. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and those who loved him, were touched by him." DMX scored 5 US #1 albums featuring hip-hop anthems such as "Party Up in Here," "Y'all gon' make me lose my mind," up in here, what? Yeah, don't gas me, man. Don't gas me, man. Man. I'm gonna have a DMX session after this video, man. X gonna give it to you. What's my name? X gonna give it to, obviously, yeah, with gripping tales of crime and rivalry peppered with energetic ad-libs and frank lyrics about his own psychology. He was credited with bringing fresh storytelling and rawness to the gangster rap scene in the 90s. And this is what I'm saying. Now me, I've suffered with my mental health, and I love people that are raw. I'm a raw person, especially when it comes to music. You know, if you follow my Instagram and you see my stories about music, you know how raw I am and about some of the things I actually say. You feel me? But and that's why I always relate to people like this. I relate to Tupac, I relate to X. You know, anyone's there, like I feel these raw, passionate dons. I feel them because I empathize with them. I can relate to them in a lot of ways. It says Simmons was born in New York suburb of Mount Vernon in 1970 and was partially raised in children's homes after suffering physical abuse by his mother. He took his stage name from the Oberheim DMX drum machine in one of the homes I don't know, Oberheim, must be a brand. He spent time in juvenile detention centre and then prison as an adult for a series of crimes, including carjacking. Jail was a playground, he later said. Actually, just on the topic of his criminality, yeah, this is from another article, right? This is from BBC, so a different article completely. I'll leave both in the description below. But it says here, a father of 15, he served jail sentences on charges including animal cruelty, reckless driving, drug possession and weapons possession. Now, just before I go, that's interesting, you know, because when I think of George Floyd now and DMX, now you're probably thinking, what's the link here? We're talking about George Floyd, we're talking about DMX. Now, bear with me, yeah? And this is how you understand hypocrisy in people's psychology. Now, those crimes were worse than anything George Floyd has done. Allegedly, whatever he did, apparently. But isn't it interesting how there's a very, very specific narrative in order to justify his death, in order to convince people that systemic racism doesn't exist? They like to push that narrative that he was a criminal. He didn't deserve to die like that, but he was a criminal. Now the reason I say that is because when I think back to DMX, I know that guy had trouble with the law. But when we think back to X, now he's gone, we're not gonna say, oh, he was a great musician, but he was a criminal though, wasn't he? We're not, are we? And it's just so interesting how it works like that. Like, I could have used any example you want. I could have used Robert Downey Jr. When Robert Downey Jr. dies, we're never going to use that example. That, oh, he was a great actor in that, but we shouldn't really celebrate him because he was a criminal. No, the same thing applies with DMX. And it's a random point, but it's just interesting how, you know, people are, George Floyd didn't say criminal. Oh yeah, he was a criminal. So was DMX. Should we not celebrate him for all he's done? It's just interesting, isn't it? It's funny because what makes someone a criminal? Interesting. Or let's look at why someone's a criminal as well. Then we'll get somewhere. But either way, neither here nor there. Pay your respects to DMX, please, in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know what your favorite song is, what your favorite album is, because he touched me personally. I'm a big fan. This one hurts way more than flipping Philip. But yeah, it is what it is, and we all have our time eventually, innit? So, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.